Hello everyone, this is Random Smart Asian 15, and today I'm going to be discussing the problem of evil and then a spin-off of it. I am well aware I did not invent this, however I want to state this for all those who are curious about it. Well, you see, there is a concept called the problem of evil, and it starts off going like this. In general, Christians and other similar Judeo-Christianity monotheists generally believe that God is all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-good. Being all-powerful, he is capable of preventing suffering. Being all-knowing, he would know how to do it, and being all-good, he would want to do it. Seeing that there is still suffering, it would mean either he lacks some of those three, or he does not exist. In general, a spin-off was created from it. It was, I don't exactly remember the name, however, it pretty much goes like this. Christians generally believe that God is infinite, omnipotent, omniscient, and benevolent, or all good in general. Christians also believe that God has a perfect plan for his creation. Well, most Christians, depending on the denomination. However, Christians also claim that God has given man free will. Keep this in mind, it'll come to play later. Christians believe in a concept called sin. Definition of sin is, which I've gotten from All About God, is either doing something wrong or not doing what is according to God's rules. In general, this is also in 1 John 3 verses 4. If God says do not lie and you lie, then you've sinned. If God says do not steal and you stole something, you've sinned. According to God, sin separates you from him in Isaiah 59 verses 2. However, since God is infinite, all-powerful, and all-knowing, he must know in advance who will commit sins, when they will be committed, and for what reasons. He must also know the circumstances under which they will be committed, and he must know all of this before the sin is committed by his very definition, otherwise he is not a God, or God. Accepting that God knows beforehand all the sins that mankind would have ever committed, these sins must have already been factored into his plan. So how can they be wrong if they're in line with God's plan? And furthermore, how can free will exist if God has already foreseen all of our thoughts and actions? Christians at this point will generally argue that because of free will, it is possible to go against God's divine plan. They will argue that this is in fact the definition of sin itself. However, by admitting that it's possible for human beings to differ from his plan, it will admit that either one, he is not all good, because an all-loving God, by definition, will not allow his creation to suffer in any way. And even if it's in result of free will, something given to him in the to us by him in the first place, or God is not all-knowing, since he would have known that this would have occurred due to free will and would have planned accordingly so that this would not have occurred. Or God does not have a divine plan, and since the existence of such a plan, one created by an infinite, all-powerful, all-loving, and all-knowing being, would contradict the existence of free will. Or this is generally the last resort that most atheists like me tend to use, that maybe God does not exist. And well, that's it. Subscribe to my channel if you want, and enjoy.